Okay. Remy, don't get me wrong. I said I feel they should. I had the zeal to leave the house at that age. My elder brother was still at home. He was still living with my parents. It was until I was a bit stable, and then I sent for him. He got something that was not paying him as much as what I was earning. But I was like, it's better for you to leave the house, at least be earning something, even if it's small. Take care of yourself, feed yourself, so you can even have respect before mom and dad.
I'm
I sent for him.
100% with you, Ada.
Yeah, I had to send for him. I was like, leave the house, come meet me up. Then I was in Delta. And I'm the kind of person like, I like having my own money. In Delta, I had an uncle. I lived with him for a year. I saved up money. There in the same Delta, I told him I want to live alone. I'm going to rent an apartment. That's something some kids will never do. I was okay. He gave me a room. Not like I was sharing a room with anyone. I was comfortable. But I had to leave his house. So I
Yeah,
feel
because
children should start having that mindset of being responsible, not depending on my dad is this, let me have my dad's money. Or my uncle. My uncle actually worked for the governor of Delta State. Like I was okay. But I had to leave to a place where I was now fetching my own water. I pay my bills. I was okay that way.
hmm,
But it's so sad that some of our youth they just feel if I have it all, why
you
struggle?
know, it's called the entitlement mentality. It's the entitlement. You feel entitled. And it's just like what you said, talking about making 15K hair as a child. If you're working for it, it's like me going to meet my dad and telling him I want to buy a Rolex. Do you understand what I'm saying? I want to buy a
Okay, go
Rolex.
ahead. Okay.
I want to buy a Rolex. I have to go and work for it.
Hmm.
I remember when I was in the university and I bought a power bike
Okay. What for?
because I just wanted to have a bike. You know,
Okay.
it. Do you think I could have gone to meet my dad and say, "Daddy, I want to buy a bike," and he would have answered me?
Hmm. True.
You know, so at the end of the day, there's some things that you need or you want for you, even if you're staying in your parents' homes. There are things
Oh
that you
yeah.
should be able to get for yourself legally.
Hmm.
Legally. If I have a child that is doing Olosho to get money, I'm Daddy Freeze now. I will call you out on social media as my child and beg the world to help me beg you to stop Olosho work.
Really?
I will call you out.
On social media? That went
You
on so
don't want to
far?
try me. Oh. I'm not okay. Oh. That you saw all the work in this world. And it comes from not being content. You're not content with the money your parents are giving you, and you're not content with the extra you can work for. You now want to go and be sleeping with an allergy or a chief to get money. Ah, you will not like what I will do with you. You will not like it. So if you like, I'm not saying you shouldn't buy um, a new phone for yourself, or you shouldn't rent a house for yourself. But let me know the source of that money. There are things you can do as a child. You can trade forex. You can work on YouTube. You can be an influencer. Do you understand? You can get a job on
Hmm.
radio. You can do business, legit business. You know,
I totally agree. And I feel that what's killing this generation is the sense of
entitlement.
entitlement that you just said. Because I recall that 2 years ago, I went home. I was telling my dad that I think I need a house in this village. He said he wants to rent. I said, no, I want to build. Then he laughed. He now said, okay, whenever you're ready, I have a plot of land here. I have a plot of land there. I said, no, I'll buy my own land. My dad
Yes,
was like,
now so
no.
that tomorrow they will not come and meet you and say, hey, you built house on
Do
their
you
land.
get? Do you get? I
Who,
told
who
him
is
that,
who
but
is me? I want to buy land. Is my father now go and ask? Not that my dad has never been that kind of person, but just God forbid, so that there is trouble somewhere down the line tomorrow.
You know.
You get. You want to be clear. You want to. Chinese people are very careful. They say do business, wine and dine with friends and family. Do business with strangers. Do business with strangers. Unless you are lucky enough to have those kind of family members that understand you and work with you, like Burna Boy, for instance. That kind of mom that Burna Boy has, that understands him and works with him, fine. But if you are not gifted, nobody's blaming your parents. Do you understand? Parents always think they know it all. Parents always have the greatest ideas. And I, for one, everything my parents have ever taught me, I went against. And I still became a success of my life. At least if I can live in my own house, feed my own children, work, take care of myself, buy myself a few of the things that I like, I think I've tried. So if I had left my destiny into the hands of my parents, I probably would have been a failure. Doesn't mean my parents were bad. Doesn't mean my parents were horrible. My parents were great, like every other parent out there. But sometimes parents just don't understand. They don't understand what your destiny is. They try to live their lives through you.
Oh yeah.
I've heard, let me tell you things I've heard from parents that have shocked me. This business I'm doing, my children must inherit it too. Why? Why must your children inherit? Then you now have 4 children. One is called out to be a doctor. One is called out to be an accountant. One is called out to be an artist. And one is called out to be a photographer. How do they now inherit your business? Is it the photographer that is destined to hop around from Nigeria to Singapore to take wedding pictures, and that's his job? He's going to live his life and come and be attending to your dream? One day, build your dream with your own hand, though. Or is it your child that is supposed to be a doctor that is now going to leave medicine and come and start doing business because their father had a dream or their mother had a dream to start a business? Yes, it makes a lot of sense if businesses are passed down from one generation to the other. But you see, there's always that generation that is going to meet frustration. Imagine my father wants to give me business and me, I want to work on the radio, I want to talk. We'll have back and forth, we'll fight. It doesn't mean my father has bad plans for me. It's not like my father wants me to go and join armed robbery. He just has a business that I'm not really sure I can fit into the model. So it does sound good. Let me tell you something. A lot of people are frustrated because they're in the wrong business. You can be good at many things, but you can only excel at a few. Lewis Hamilton, just like Michael Schumacher, could play football quite well. But he's not. He's much better off in Formula One than in football. Doesn't mean football is bad, and doesn't mean the ones playing football don't have sense. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all. So it is what it is. So let's take phone calls.
0700 993 993 993. Hello? Hello? Yeah, good evening. What's your name, please? Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Adewale said parents can work so their children can inherit their business. I don't agree with that formula. What if your children don't want your business? Why are you going to force your, why don't you build a good business that your children can be directors in? They can do whatever they want, but every once a year, once in 2 years, once a month, when directors need to meet to take decisions on the business, they can sit and take decisions. But many of you want your children to run your own dreams. Let them build theirs. Build, you see, and that's a part of Nigeria's problem. Nepotism. It must be among us. It must be. It doesn't have to be. At the end of the day, you can transfer your shares in the business to your children. But let professionals run your children.
Okay. Hello? Hello, good evening. Okay, Ebuka, welcome back. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah? Ebuka. Hello? Oh, yeah? All right, Mr. Jones, good evening. Welcome. Mm-hmm. That was in the year 2013, during that long ASU strike that lasted for about 6 months. Yeah. No. Where's that? Hobodo? Yeah.
Hmm.
It's actually a thing of choice. If they really, really wanted to work, they can look for maybe a supermarket and be working in the evening. I had a neighbor that was doing that. At the end of the day, it's your choice. If you really want to be having everything your parents present to you, they give you 100 naira, you say, okay, fine, thanks, mom, knowing that your need that period is like 500. Bro, you hustle.
Hmm.
Yes, you can live with me and be working. But from 17, 18, if you want to leave the house, fine. I took that risk, so I'm going to let you do that. I said, if you want to leave the house at that age, fine. But from 10, I'll start letting you know that you need to be responsible. What if I die tomorrow?
Thank
Any
you.
uncles, any aunties to
Thank
support you?
you.
I come from a family where I don't have an uncle that I can call. I need a millionaire and like, okay, take. So I said I'm going to be that kind of an aunt to my cousins, my nephews, my niece. Do you get? So I feel my children need to have that mindset that it's not always going to be like this. What if my mom dies tomorrow? What if my dad dies tomorrow?
People don't want to get it.
I started from home. I was living with my parents at 13 and I started working. And mind you, I have a kid brother who was, I think he was 10, 11. Papa started drawing and started selling his work for children. He would draw Tom and Jerry, all sort of cartoons, and he was selling it for 50, 15 naira. I was supporting him because I was happy.
Ada, Nigeria needs more of you. That's a very backward mentality. Do you know abroad?
Let me tell you. Oh, wait, what did you say? My dear, you see my elder brother. I said I left home before him. I had to talk sense into that man. Like, bro, leave that house. Come out. It felt bad that the kid sister was somehow insulting him. But at the end of the day, he's enjoying it. To my parents, stay at home. You have rooms. The house is for you.
Yes.
But I don't have that mindset. No. My kid brother paid me a visit in Delta. I asked him, bro, how long are you staying? He said we're on strike for 3 months. I said, okay, go to this hotel. Let me call the guy. Go and look for a job. He got a job there as a waiter. I didn't call my parents. Of course, they're not going to buy the idea of their son working in such a place. But he went back to school. I think they were paying him 20,000 naira. He went back to school with 60,000 naira.
Till now they hear.
You can't stay with me and then you expect, no, you must work. Oh, it's very hard getting money. You can't be spending money like that. You need to work because I've noticed.
Now all of a sudden you can't be spending money like that, but you want to do hair of 15,000, and you want your father to pay for it.
My father. That's my dad.
And of course your dad didn't pay for it. I trust him.
Nah, he did not even answer me, sir.
Yeah, why should he answer you? I'm with your dad on that one.
Telling me, you know you're so good. You look very beautiful when you cut your hair.
Yes. That's it. I won't tell my children that I will mad. Why do you want to do this kind of hair? No, I'll say, you know what? Let me bring clipper and cut your hair. You look fine as hell. With no hair. You want to wear hair, but you don't know how they are working for the hair. No. You want to wear hair.
Just let us do the things we want to do.
Yes.
Children take decisions, and then when they flop, you cancel them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not one to pamper children, no. First of all, I'm not even rich enough to pamper you first, so you are lucky. So if you want to be pampered, you pamper yourself. Let me tell you, personally, I don't believe in putting children on business class. I don't believe in buying children Gucci.
Okay.
Personally, I will not allow you to wear fake Gucci because I don't believe in. I have no problem with you wearing Gucci, but I'm not going to buy it for you. Gucci is something you buy for yourself when you've arrived. Do you understand? Business class.
Yeah.
That's why they don't say children's class, business class. Business. You are doing business. What was business class for? One, you get a lounge that has a shower. So that, imagine you're going to Yankee and you get to America by 10 a.m. and you have a meeting at 2 o'clock. Why you fly business classes, you get to sleep on a proper bed on the plane. You get a shower at the lounge. You get gym. You get a buffet. You're able to eat a good breakfast. So you come off the plane, boom, you go to your meeting, you get the work done. You're alert. It's different from your inside economy and Ogi's point on your head. It's for people who are doing business. Or you've worked very hard and you want to treat yourself. But you put a child that does not appreciate it, doesn't understand the work that goes into flying business and flies business class and then gets used to it and now cannot fly economy. Feels like it's downgrade to fly economy. And tell you what, a lot of billionaires lose money. A lot of rich people lose money. Even let me tell you, with this new government in power, some of the billionaires' children are going to have their parents' wealth taken away from them by the government. Or you have the money but you can't spend it. You will learn that economy. You will learn it by force. So personally, I don't believe in buying children 300,000 naira hair. I can buy that for my wife. I can put my wife on a business class ticket. She's my wife. She's earned it. I can buy my wife a Mercedes Benz. I'm not going to buy my child. You want a car? If I have money to buy a car, get you a Kia or a Hyundai or a used Toyota. Me, I even want to get you with those cars that you will have to learn how they loosen spark plug. You will start it in the morning to not start. You have to go and do at the engine first before it starts. So you, some children cannot change tire.
You're actually like my dad.
Because you need, these are lessons you need to learn.
Do you know that I know how to sew shoe? This stuff that Abuki guys, they do.
All my children have one handiwork or the other that they are learning.
I do that. I know how to sew.
My children, for instance, have YouTube channels. Let me give you an example. Amarachi's YouTube channel has...
Okay.
Have you released your new video? Why? Okay, I said I wanted to... She's dropping a video tomorrow or next tomorrow. She already has 300 YouTube subscribers.
Wow.
With 300 YouTube subscribers, you're looking for 1,000 subscribers. Once you get 1,000 subscribers, you need to have 1,000 hours of watch time. Once you can achieve those two, YouTube will start to pay you dollars. Or you can't live in my house and not. The way I'll be talking to you, not be happy. You must learn how to be. You can't just wake up in the morning and curl up on the sofa in front of TV. You are who? You and who? Those ones that they will have, children will have driver to themselves. They will have a boss. They're taking. You are aware. You want to go anywhere. You learn how to use Uber. You have phone. All my kids have phones once they get to a certain age. You want to learn how to use Uber. Go out, see what it's like. Because if you don't see, listen, if you've never been in a bus before, you will never appreciate a car that has AC. You just think it's your right. I'm telling you, if you've ever suffered on a bus before, inside heat, engine oil is smelling, you are sitting next to the conductor who is sitting on the engine. He's opening his hand to collect money at the back, and you can see his golden armpit. His armpits don't turn gold. You've been through that before. You will not just believe that life is anyhow. You ever seen spoiled children before? You know that you mess up, you are going back to the boss. You are not going to mess up. I have children. I knew children growing up whose parents were very rich. They took good care of them, but they always gave them a certain level of exposure to the hardship of the world so they can be balanced. All these things that we're even doing here is Nigerian mentality. Abroad, by 17, you've got to get a job. You can't even, there are some schools that will not even accept you if you don't have a certain number of hours working.
You know, I once thought about that, and I think I had this conversation with a couple of persons, and they were like, no, they were just being sentimental about it. I was like, I felt Nigeria should
Yes.
have that law.
They are lazy now. They are entitled. For them, everything is easy. Let's just get it done. Easy wheezy.
And now they're telling me, Ada, that you're from that family. Mind you, my dad never took me to anyone to say, please employ my daughter.
That's the thing. Did your dad even agree for you to get work in the first place? Nobody you stand up. I had that same problem too. Let me tell you, from small, I've always liked the designer life. From when I was a kid, I like to wear Gucci, I like to wear Prada, and I like to wear original. I get problem. I know Sabi wear fake. To me, it's like if I see you wearing fake, as in if I meet you and I see a fake Rolex or a fake Hublot on your wrist, I rate you 0. Because I can just see you are trying to be what I'm telling you. If I ever see fake Rolex for your hand, I go downgrade you. Why?
That's what I can afford at that moment.
It's just like telling me you can't afford a Burna Boy CD. You buy one in Go Slow. That's a crime. Counterfeiting is a crime. And it's a problem Nigerians need to address. I saw some celebs the other day protesting piracy. And the person that raised the hand holding the placard was wearing fake Hublot. I'm like, why are you people fooling? I wanted to join. I wanted to even tweet it and support them. When I saw it, I said, please, 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 please. As I was going in traffic that day, I was even tempted to buy fake CDSF. I'm like, these are the people you want to support. They are pirating Hublot, pirating Rolex, and crying that their own work is pirated. That's the hypocrisy of it all. So if you like good things in life and you don't want to steal, you will learn how to work. You will learn how to work. Me, when I was young, instead of me having 10 shirts, I'd rather have 2 nice shirts, maybe one Tommy Hilfiger and one Nautica. Instead of me to have Gbogbo 15 shirts, I would like to have 2 nice shirts, 2 nice jeans.
Okay.
And all those things cost money. And there's nothing wrong. The other day I was saying it. My neighbors pulled 2 ranges, 25 million each. People are now saying, why is he wasting of rich money? What was 25 million? The car that I want to drive in my life is 300 million. Ferrari F8 Spider. $350,000 from the factory. And you're going to use 70% of that money to clear it.
Wow.
So you want to tell me that I have 350 million, I'll not go and buy it. I won't even look at you. As long as my conscience is clear, I'm doing my charity work, I'm taking care of people, I will drive my motor. But the problem is I will not steal to drive it, and I will not ask my parents to give me money to buy it. But that I will not drive it is lie. You are lying to yourselves. So if you have the taste for good things in life, you must learn to work. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. Me.
Okay, let's take a few more calls. Hello? Hello? Okay. We can hear you. Good evening. What's your name? Alright, Mr. Hakim. Okay, welcome back.
What's the fear? Why do you want to allow your sons but you don't want to allow your daughters? I see that as very hypocritical.
Can you hear Daddy Freeze?
Please help me tell him what I said.
Daddy, Daddy Freeze is asking you, why the fear? Why can you let your male child go out and hustle and not the girl child?
That's wrong. That's discrimination. Girls must also be taught how to work.
Okay.
Girls are not vulnerable. That's African mentality. Girls are not. Adele B is here. She's not vulnerable. I don't like to hear that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I may be too much of a feminist to tolerate some certain things. And this is top of the list among those things. Girls are not vulnerable. If the society is making them vulnerable, fix the society.
I think this is a notion that should be changed.
Were you vulnerable, Ada?
Fear.
Let me tell you something. I interviewed Savage Trap Queen, who was a porn star, and she was acting porn from her parents' house. So what are you people talking about that girls are vulnerable? The girl that will do you something inside your own house will still do it.
Let's even come back home. And the reason, when I got my second job in Lagos, I stayed for 6 months before going back home. And then I looked at my mom and dad. I said, you guys never let me go out. You guys were scared of me traveling to Lagos or going out at all. But do you know that I've never been to the club till date? I've never tasted alcohol. And I still have the one boyfriend that you guys knew about. So why the fear? She was like, Nigeria. I was like, Mom, I don't know what the club looks like. Being in the Lagos that everywhere, Lagos, you're going to get
Word.
You're going to be that. I stayed in the Lagos and nothing happened. I started clubbing in Delta. Then, because I got a radio job, we had an affiliation with a club. We'll go every Friday, part of our court. We give them publicity. We club every Friday. So that was when I started clubbing, and I still don't take alcohol.
Up till now.
Why? Now, when I feel like I just go buy a bottle, like,
Don't worry, once COVID is over, I have to take you out to lunch one of these days.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the way you think.
Talking about girls being vulnerable, I went to university, I never got pregnant. Up until now.
Abby?
So why the fear? Then I have male friends, family members, guys, that have 1 or 2 kids here and there, got girls pregnant, so. I think it's a personality thing.
One of my neighbor's staff, who is a guy, he stopped working for my neighbor so he can go back to school. He died in a cult, or was it police clash or something? And that's a guy. So that mentality that women are vulnerable, I don't want to hear it. It's the way not even our grandparents used to think. And they transfer that obtuse mentality to our parents. Girls are not vulnerable. What makes a girl vulnerable? That doesn't make a guy vulnerable. Somebody here said, I went to university even as a virgin.
We really need to work on the way we think in this country. If a girl wants to keep herself, she's going to keep herself.
She's going to keep herself, and if a girl is going to be loose, she will be loose inside that your house.
It's not a gender thing at all. I had a house in Delta. I didn't call a man to come stay with me. I called my brother.
Abby?
I actually like the fact that I have changed the way my parents now think about.
Yeah, but you see, until you change the way Nigerian parents think, you've not done anything. Because your parents have finished having children. It's not that they want to have a new child now, and this is how they are going to raise the child. Do you get?
Mm.
What you are able to show your parents, you need to show Nigeria as a whole. Africans are used to abusing women. That is why to them they see women as vulnerable. In a country where women are respected, where a woman gets the honor and respect that she is due, she will never be vulnerable. Women have to be extra careful, but that doesn't make them vulnerable.
Oh yeah.
Because all your beautiful ideas will have gone up in smoke. Imagine you had gotten pregnant. Your parents will say, you see, we said it.
True.
So you have to be extra careful, but doesn't make you vulnerable. The only thing that makes you vulnerable is a lack of sense. When you don't have sense, you become vulnerable as a male or a female child. I started working when I was 19. My first job was when I was 19.
Okay.
I had not yet turned 20. And I've been working from that 19 till today. My mom I grew up with was the kind of person that would have 4 or 5 jobs. She'll work as a consultant here. She'll have her day job. Then she'll work in a chambers. Then she'll have a what is it called? Some consultancy. I always knew my mom to have like 5 things that she was doing at the same time. It's now that she's old that she has one work. So even that, sometimes my mom was working for some Israeli firm at a point, and their children needed an English teacher. They were paying me $100 a month.
Okay.
They were paying $100 a month. Anyway, that's as far as we can go. It's been a wonderful show all about Adobe. Ada, thank you so much for being the topic for today. Beautiful. We all learned a lot, including me and my wonderful daughter, who I made to sit down here and listen. Now come, there's no free lunch in Freetown.
Mm.
You've got to learn how to hustle. And why I didn't want to live with my dad was my dad will drag you to the farm. My dad would just go, hey, let's go to the farm. And I used to hate farm work. I just believe that, why should I be going to the farm?
Really?
I didn't like farm work, and I still don't like it till today. But guess what? I can do other things. I don't say I don't like farm work, then I want to sleep. No. As I'm not going to do that farm work with you, I'm going to be productive in another way. Not everybody, farming is a beautiful thing. It's what's going to save Nigeria eventually. But it's not every one of us that's cut out for it. So I didn't like it. And I said, you know what? I don't want to be going to the... But you see, let me give you an example. When I was working, I used to do the night show, just like I'm doing here now. And I'll close and go home at midnight. I used to do 9 till midnight. And I get home at midnight or like 12:30, and I go to bed around 1, and then you wake me up at 8 a.m. that we are going to the farm. Of course, I'm going to tell you that I can't follow. I'm tired. I need to rest. And there's that excuse that I went to work. But when you are just loafing around, chilling, hanging out with your friends, let's go to the farm. You go to the farm. You have to listen to your parents. So God bless you guys. Look forward to another amazing topic tomorrow. Wonderful hanging out with you. Thank you so much, Ada. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, and I'll be leaving you with this word. Once you carry your own bucket of water, only then will you learn the value of every drop. Parents, let your kids hustle, and kids, please stop feeling entitled. Thank you so much, Daddy Freeze. We'll do this again tomorrow.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless you all.